Hello everyone, I Sushant Sahu, teacher in social studies. On the behalf of Odisha Adarsh Vidyalaya Sangathan, Odisha, welcome you all to class 10 Political Science. As it is a branch of social science, so let us start the chapter number 1 of Political Science. Before that, a hearty welcome to everybody to this video series of class 10. So chapter number 1, it is power sharing, and this chapter has been divided into two parts, and this is part 1. So without spending much of our time, let us start part 1. Before going through the chapter, let us have one overall view of the key points of this chapter. So this chapter is having 6 key points what we have mentioned here. The first key point, it is story of Belgium. The second key point, story of Sri Lanka. The third key point, majoritarianism in Sri Lanka. The fourth one, accommodation in Belgium. The fifth one, why power sharing is desirable. The sixth one, or the last one, forms of power sharing. So today we will not finish everything. We will have 3 points only, the first 3 points. So let us start the first one. First one, it is story of Belgium. Okay. So Belgium, it is a small country in Europe. It has a little bit more population, about 1 crore. It means just like our state Haryana. Okay. The ethnic composition of this small country is very complex. It means the people from various backgrounds, they live in this particular area, and the government of this country Belgium, they have formed in such a way for which all the section of people, all the groups of people, they live together happily. So let us try to understand that. Out of the total population, 59% of the people, they live in the Flemish region and they speak Dutch language, right? Another 40%, they live in Wallonia region and they speak French language. All right. So the remaining 1%, they speak 1% only. You see, here we can say 59% the Flemish region, and then it is 40%, it is for Wallonia region, and the 1% the Belgian speaking people, the German people. Alright. So let us go to the next point. Here the ethnic composition, what we have found here, that different areas, different section of people, 59% language, it is clearly mentioned that 59% people, they speak Dutch, 40% people, they speak French, and 1% German language. It is the ethnic composition of Belgium. Alright. So here in the Belgium, the capital Belgium, it is Brussels. Alright. But there is a little bit difference in the capital region. In the capital, 80% people, they speak French, while 20% people, they speak Dutch. इसका मतलब ये है 80% जो लोग हैं वो फ्रेंच बोलते हैं ब्रसेल्स में, और जो 20% है वो डच बोलते हैं. ऑलराइट. So the minority French speaking community, it was relatively rich and powerful in this area. जो minority हैं French speaking community, ये rich and powerful, क्योंकि ज़्यादा लोग हैं जो कैपिटल में, ब्रसेल्स जो कैपिटल है बेल्जियम का, ज़्यादा फ्रेंच पीपल हैं, तो लोग थोड़ा एडवांस्ड हैं, रिच हैं. दिस मेड द डच स्पीकिंग कम्युनिटी एंग्री as they get the benefit or the economic development and education much later. उनको बाद में ये opportunity मिला. So they got a little bit worried, they felt a little bit uncomfortable. So during 1950 to 1960, the tension between the Dutch speaking and the French speaking, it became a great problem within their community. So when these Dutch speaking people and French speaking people, there was a problem in between them, it became a hard situation, it became a bad situation in order to manage their administrative system in that time. So let us see what happened. So before that, let us have an overall view case study of Belgium, as you have already discussed. The Flemish region, 59% population, and they speak Dutch. And Wallonia region, the people population, there are 40%, they speak French language. Other 1%, they live in other different parts of the region. 1% they speak German people. And Brussels, the capital city of Belgium, 80% French and 20% Dutch. So here we can understand that how the people of different parts of Belgium and different parts of Brussels, they are so different in their language. So in other area also, their political field, their social life, their lifestyle, it may be also different. So let us go to the next part to understand the next portion. Here we can see the map of Belgium and the communities and the regions of Belgium. Here in the mid part, it is Brussels, the capital city. This one, orange color, right? So in this orange color, it is Brussels, the capital region. Then the red one, it is Wallon, the French-speaking people. These are the French-speaking people. Then the yellow portion, the Flemish region, the Dutch-speaking people. These are Dutch-speaking people. And the steep mark and red, these are the German speaking people. In this way, the French community, the Dutch community and the German community, the people, they have been divided as per the mentioned. So let us try to understand the story of Sri Lanka. Let us move to Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, it is one island nation. It is south part of India. It is having also diverse population. And about 2 crore of people, they live in this particular area. The major social groups in this particular area are the Sinhala speaking people. They speak Sinhali language, 74%. And the Tamil speakers mostly. So mostly 2 languages of people they are available. Other language people also available, but major these 2. 74% it is Sinhala, 18% it is Tamil speakers. So the 18%, those who are Tamil speakers, out of the 18%, Tamil native people, those who are local people, they are 13%, Sri Lankan people, and the rest 5%, they are Indian Tamils. I mean, during the time of the colonial rule, the Britishers, they took the Indian people for their work, for their own benefit to Sri Lanka. So those people, they stayed there. These 5% of people, they speak Tamil, but they are Indian. Alright? So 70% plus 18%, 92%. Rest 7-8% people, they are of different other languages and other religious people also. Most of the Sinhala speaking people जो थे, they were Buddhist. While most of the Tamil, जो Tamil speaking बोलते थे, वो हिंदू थे और मुस्लिम थे. So there are about 7% जो थे, the Christians, those who speak both Tamil and Sinhala. So in this way, the people of Sri Lanka, they were divided into different languages and different regions, and they were accommodated accordingly. Okay, so here you can have a look on the Sri Lankan map. The ethnic composition, you see first the yellow color. Yellow color, it is Sinhalese. Sinhalese people means the whole part. This yellow color is Sinhalese. Then Sri Lankan Tamil, orange color. These are the Sri Lankan Tamil. These orange color. Then it is violet deep Indian Tamil. These are the Indian Tamil. Here Indian Tamil. Here Indian Tamil. Here Indian Tamil. Here Indian Tamil. Then the Muslims, the brown color. Little bit brown color. Here brown. Here brown. Here brown. Here brown. So in this way, these people, they have been divided into different regions and different areas. So the Sri Lankan people, the ethnic groups, they have been divided in this way. Alright. So let us go to the next part. Majoritarianism in Sri Lanka. So before going through the majoritarianism, let us understand what is the meaning of it. Majoritarianism, it simply is the rule of majority. It means the group which gets majority support, that group or that party will rule the area, the region, the state or the country. So from this point of view, the democratically elected government adopted a series of majoritarian policy. Majoritarian policy वो क्या है? Sinhala as the only official language. They have decided Sinhala as the only official language. The government followed the preferential policies that favored Sinhala applicants for university position and government jobs. It means the Sinhala speaking people, they got more opportunity, they got more benefits as compared to the other section, other groups of people. So let us go through the next point. It continues, the decisions are gradually increased. जो डिसीजंस लिया जा रहा था सिंहली पीपल लोगों के द्वारा, डेफिनेटली इट वाज फॉर द फेवर ऑफ देयर कम्युनिटी मोस्टली. It was not accepted by the Sri Lankan Tamils, and the Tamils those who were available in Sri Lanka. So the Sri Lankan Tamils launched parties and struggle. They started different movements that Tamil should be an official language and the regional autonomy उन लोगों को चाहिए, इक्वालिटी उनको चाहिए, अपॉर्चुनिटी चाहिए, और उनको जॉब सिक्योरिटी चाहिए, उनको एजुकेशन चाहिए. सो ये सब डिमांड को लेके वो लोग दे हैव स्टार्टेड देयर मूवमेंट. By 1980, several political organizations were formed demanding an independent Tamil alone in state. वो लोग चाहें, वो लोग बोले कि हमको एक इंडिपेंडेंट तमिल स्टेट चाहिए. एंड ये दोनों के बीच में तमिल स्पीकिंग पीपल और सिंहली स्पीकिंग पीपल दोनों के बीच में झगड़ा लगे रहा, क्वारल हुआ. वो कंटिन्यूअसली जो एक युद्ध जैसा परिस्थिति ये स्टार्ट हुआ, शुरुआत हुआ, जिसको हम कहते हैं within a country if the conflict it continues between two groups it is called civil war. It is soon turned into civil war. Fine. Okay, so here one question arises, what is the wrong if the majority community rules? If Sinhala don't rule in Sri Lanka, where else will they go, or where else will they rule? It is fine, it is a good question. If the majority support group will not rule, who will rule and where they will go? So here the solution is, if the majority group rules, definitely the demands of the majority will be accepted, but the demands of the minority, it should be respected. It should not be avoided. They should also get the opportunity as per the number of people or as per the population available in that area. Alright. So next, the important concepts what we have studied today. One is ethnic group, जो कि composition, a social division based on shared culture. Then we have studied about majoritarianism, a belief that the majority community should be able to rule a country in whichever way it wants. जैसे चाहे वो वैसे rule करेंगे. This is in that way. Then third concept we have studied, civil war, a violent conflict between opposing groups within a country. In this way, they have started fighting among themselves, and the rest part we will discuss in the next chapter. Before that, let us have some questions. Question number 1, 3 marks. First one, write in detail about the ethnic composition in Belgium. बेल्जियम में एथनिक कंपोजिशन कैसे कैसे रहा, कौन सा लैंग्वेज ग्रुप्स थे, कौन कौन सा रीजन में रहते थे, कौन कौन सा एरिया में रहते थे, इसके बारे में लिखना है. फाइन. क्वेश्चन नंबर 2, डिफाइन मेजोरिटेरियनिज्म. मेजोरिटेरियनिज्म का मतलब क्या है, उसको डिफाइन करना है. Which section of people they suffered by this system of government. ये जो सिस्टम ऑफ गवर्नमेंट रहा, कौन सा सेक्शन ग्रुप ज़्यादा सफर हुए. ऑलराइट. So next 5 mark question. So here, where the people of Sri Lanka happy with the government? Sri Lanka के लोग जो थे, basically majority people they were happy because all the decisions were in their favor. But the minority people, the Tamil speaking people, they were not happy. So we have to write in that way. So dear viewers, this is all about today's chapter. Once again, we'll meet in the next video, next portion. Till that, take care of the studies. And I hope all of you have understood the chapter. If any doubts, we can discuss in the next portion. Okay, thank you all.